Well, hello. Welcome to the Rady Faculty of Health Sciences session of the 144th Annual Spring Convocation of the University of Manitoba. My name is Gila Gomeshi, and I'm a professor in the Faculty of Arts, and I will be your MC this morning. We welcome you to take pictures during the ceremony, but you're asked to remain at your seat so as not to block the view. You're also reminded to turn your cell phones to silent at this time. The digital convocation program can be found by scanning the QR code that can be found at numerous points in the building or by visiting umanitoba.ca/convocation. You will be welcomed to attend a reception following the ceremony. The students will recess to the reception area located on the Joe Dope concourse on the second floor. Please plan to meet your graduate in the reception area. Next, I draw your attention to our guests seated here in front of me, who are special guests of the president of our university. And I also extend a welcome to the department heads and faculty members of the Max Rady College of Medicine and Rady Faculty of Health Sciences who have joined us today. Now, please rise for the entrance of the academic procession and our graduating students. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that the University of Manitoba campuses are located on original lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect the treaties that were made on these territories, we acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we dedicate ourselves to move forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. We welcome and acknowledge Indigenous graduates to today's ceremony. Many of them are wearing a purple stole that honors First Nation, Métis, and Inuit cultures. We recognize the Red River Métis Nation by displaying a specially created Convocation sash on the center table. Now, graduates, please rise for the traditional honor song given by Darcy Henry, and remain standing for the singing of O Canada, led by Ariel Baujan, who will be accompanied by Albert Chen on piano. Beginning each convocation ceremony with an honor song is a sign of respect and recognition of the Indigenous peoples as caretakers of this land. It recognizes our collective identities, cultures, and languages, and the ongoing commitment of the university to reconciliation. This song acknowledges the significant accomplishments of the graduates' journeys, as well as their transition into the next stages of their lives.
Hey, Good morning. Please be seated. Hello, bonjour, bonjour. I'm Michael Benarosh, President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Manitoba, and I formally declare this session of the 144th Spring Convocation to be open. We have many distinguished guests here today, and I would like to acknowledge them. I'd like to acknowledge our Chancellor, Miss Anne Mann. I would like to welcome today's recipient of our highest honor, the Honorary Doctorate degree, Dr. Thomas Quinn. I would like to welcome to our platform today the Honorable Audrey Gordon, Minister of Health, Ms. Lynette Magnus, Vice Chair of the Board of Governors, Dr. Anna Ziomek, Registrar of the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Manitoba. Also on the platform today are members of senior administration of the university, deans, directors, associate and assistant deans, faculty members, and staff who have played such an important role in the achievements that we celebrate today. I have to tell you, the view from here is spectacular. Almost every day, I am blown away by the ingenuity, tenacity, and brilliance of University of Manitoba students, and I am so grateful for all of you. And now that you are about to become alumni, I have two messages I wish to impart today. First, thank you for your work throughout the pandemic. Many of you stepped up into leadership roles, volunteered, and helped where you could. What you did as students for the health of Manitobans is remarkable and important. And I want to thank you on behalf of your university. And now, after graduating today, you will enter a healthcare system that is still recovering from the pandemic impact. I think you know that there is a lot of hard work ahead, and I want you to know you are more than capable of doing it. As you accomplish your goals and progress in your careers, don't forget to come back. Stay connected to your university and to the community that helped you get to where you are. Thank you, all the gifted practitioners, many of whom are alum, that have helped train you. They were such a big part of your training, and so I ask that you remember how grateful you are of this, and to one day return the favor and help train and guide the generation that follows you. My second message is to be proud. Graduating from the Rady Faculty of Health Sciences is a big deal. We have a lot of humility in this province, so I want to tell you a quick story about a conversation I recently had with someone you may have heard of, Bill Gates. I met him recently when I was in Washington. For those of you who do not know, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has given over $200 million to health initiatives University of Manitoba Rady Faculty of Health Sciences is leading. And I had the chance to thank Mr. Gates in person. We chatted about Rady's own Dr. Megan Azad's work aimed at understanding breast milk and human health. The Gates Foundation has helped fund her research, and Bill and I shared our surprise of how few universities do such work. Then he told me he had just visited India to check in with our Institute for Global Public Health, which his foundation provided $87 million towards funding. Our conversation was an unforgettable reminder of how UM researchers and alumni are leading the way in health research and many other fields ahead of the world's highest-ranked universities. That is your pedigree. Be proud of that and dream big. This is a university that does big things, and we have trained you to do the same. I think you've got this. And now I want to briefly pivot and address the families and friends gathering with us today. Today is a big day for you too. I just had 2 sons who graduated from university, and their mother and I loved every opportunity to celebrate them, to show our pride in all the embarrassing way that parents and friends do. So to everyone here supporting a graduate, do your thing, shout with joy, cry, just do you, because in many ways, this is your ceremony too. Class of 2023, your university is so proud of you. Thank you for all your big ideas you are about to pursue. Thank you for chasing your passion. It is now my great pleasure to call upon Dr. Peter Nickerson to address the first spring convocation at U of M as U of M's new Dean of the Rady Faculty of Health Sciences.
Chancellor Mann, President Benarosh, Dr. Quinn, Minister Gordon, Ms. Magnus, and Dr. Zymek. Pleasure to be here. I want to take you all back in time. I want to take you back to the year 1883. Manitoba has been newly established as a province. Treaty 1 with the Anishinaabe and Cree Nations has been signed just 12 years before. John Norquay is the Premier of Manitoba, the first Métis individual elected to the office. And there's been rapid population growth in the province to 60,000. 1883 is a historic moment for us. The permanent site of the Winnipeg General Hospital is set between William and McDermott Avenues, and the first medical school in Western Canada is established by the University of Manitoba. What is today the Max Rady College of Medicine? This year, we celebrate 140 years of leading academic medicine in Manitoba. 140 years of our graduates weaving a rich tapestry in their practice of medicine. A tapestry that's woven with diverse threads to reveal a story of immense impact. Impact in people's lives here in Manitoba, across Canada, and around the world. Today, graduates of the class of 2023, we celebrate the hope you represent as you embark to write your stories of impact as physicians. Now, parents, partners, family, and friends, I want to thank you for all that you did to make this day possible, for the support you showed, the sacrifices that you made for our graduates. It's both a gift to our graduates and to our communities where they will serve. And I want to also give you permission to be expressive when you see your child, brother, sister, partner, friend get up and cross the stage, because today is a day of celebration. And I'm told there's a prize for the most enthusiastic family. That's right? Right? There's a prize? Okay. So class of 2023, I'm really in awe and excited for you. I'm in awe of your fortitude and resilience to overcome the immense and unprecedented challenges you faced these last 4 years. Excited knowing that because you endured, you have a fantastic future in front of you. And I'm blessed to know that we now share a common bond as graduates of the Max Rady College of Medicine. And as I considered what message to share with you today, I've thought of mottos. University mottos are an ideal meant to guide us forward. And one of my teachers, mentors, and now colleagues when I was in medical school, Dr. David Rush, he joined the University of Manitoba over 40 years ago from the Universidad Nacional de Tucumán in Argentina. And he shared with me how his university's motto has inspired him throughout his career. And it goes, Pedes in terra ad sedere visus, feet on the ground, eyes to the sky. Class of 2023, with your patient's trust in you, your teacher's commitment to you, and your family's support, and with your hard work, you are now physicians. The ground on which you stand is solid rock. And now it's up to you to turn your eyes to the sky and reach for the stars. So celebrating our 140th year, I want to share a few stories of former graduates that make up our amazing tapestry. Graduates who reach for the stars and they change the world. Dr. Norman Hollenberg, class of 1955, a kidney specialist and Harvard professor. He was the first person to use ACE inhibitors to treat congestive heart failure, and he revolutionized patient care. Dr. Hugh Smith, class of 1965, a cardiologist and had been CEO of Mayo Clinic He was one of the first physicians to perform coronary angioplasty in the US. But importantly, you can practice here in Manitoba and write an amazing story of impact. Dr. Jamie Blanchard, class of 1986, on stage with us today. He started as a family physician serving Peguis First Nation, and today is the director of the U of M Institute of Global Public Health. And as you heard, he's funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, where his team is designing health services with the government of India, improving maternal and child health for millions. Dr. Gigi Osler, class of 1992, a head and neck surgeon in Manitoba. She broke down barriers as the first female surgeon and first racialized woman elected to the president of the Canadian Medical Association. She's a national champion for equity, diversity, and inclusion in medicine. Today, as a senator representing Manitoba in the Senate of Canada, she's a clarion voice for healthcare system reform. And as dean, it's my privilege to work with amazing leaders, such as Dr. Sarah Goulet, class of 2005, a family physician serving northern communities. As the Associate Dean of Admissions, she's challenging the criteria used to determine access to medical school. Dr. Goulet is ensuring excellence and diversity so that our students reflect the communities we serve as physicians. But these stories represent only a few of the many woven into our rich tapestry of impact. Common to these fellow graduates whose stories I've shared, they didn't start out knowing what path they would take, knowing what they could achieve. But they told me the Max Rady College of Medicine provided an outstanding foundation on which to stand as they reached for the stars. So what makes a great foundation? What is our common bond as graduates across the generations? This last year at homecoming, I met the class of 1962. And as we talked, I was surprised that we had shared the same teachers in medical school. They met them as junior faculty at a time before I was even born. I met them more than 20 years later when they were senior faculty, and over the years, our teachers remained dedicated to sharing their knowledge and wisdom. These teachers helped to shape who we are today as physicians. So what makes the Max Rady College of Medicine great in providing a solid foundation? It's not the buildings, it's not the programs, it's our teachers. They are the secret sauce of the Max Rady College of Medicine. Teachers like Dr. Kevin Bernstein, Dr. Maggie Morris, Dr. Anita Soni, Dr. Faisal Siddiqui, Dr. Sari Hanilla, Dr. Aviva Goldberg, and Dr. Merrill Pauls. They are only a few of the many who have committed themselves to creating an outstanding medical student experience, imparting their knowledge year after year, knowledge that we share as our common bond. So even now, as you go into this next phase of your training, be outstanding teachers for those medical students who are going to be on your teams as you're a resident. And when you open your practice, be part of the medical school community, wherever that may be. Take on undergraduate and postgraduate students in your practice. They will challenge you to continuously grow, ensuring you're outstanding physicians. Make students a part of the story of impact that you write as a graduate of the Max Rady College of Medicine. Now, you may think it takes years to write a story of impact, but that's not evidence-based. Dr. Carly McClellan, class of 2020. Carly's a powerful role model. She completed her residency in 2022 and today is a family physician with Ungamiston Health Services, working in northern communities. As an Indigenous leader and as a role model, she's especially important to the youth who see her and realize that being a physician is a path that they too can aspire to. Vision, passion, and commitment determines the impact of a person's story, not time. Now, in closing, I want to pose a challenge to you. One that Dr. Harvey Chochinov, class of 1983, a distinguished professor in psychiatry, posed in his recent paper in the Journal of Palliative Medicine. He outlines how, in general, we follow the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And as he states, this is based on our idea of reciprocity, of being able to see ourselves in others. But he challenges us to go further by advocating for, and I quote, the platinum rule, doing unto patients as they would want done unto themselves. A standard that's more likely to result in treatment decisions consistent with patients' personal needs and objectives. He goes on to declare this means establishing care that's informed by asking, what do we need to know about them as a person to take the best care of them possible? He concludes, if we're truly intent on offering patient-centered care consistent with their values, preferences, and goals, consideration of the platinum rule is required. So rising to the platinum rule challenge will result in a clinical practice with impact. Now, some of you may be wondering what the University of Manitoba's motto is. It's a single word, Florit. or in English, flourish. And this is my hope for you as you embark on your journey, flourish in your life and in your practice of medicine. As you turn your eyes to the sky and reach for the stars to write your story of impact.
Thank you. I am James Blanchard, and I am honored to be reading this citation today. The highest distinction the Senate of the University can confer upon an individual is an honorary doctorate. At the University of Manitoba, the criteria include distinguished achievement in scholarship, the arts, or public service. Our honorary graduate this morning is Thomas Quinn. Dr. Thomas Quinn is a world-renowned scientist known for his groundbreaking HIV/AIDS research. He was one of the first researchers to identify the AIDS epidemic and its cause, the HIV virus. As one of the top clinician scientists in the world, he has been a leader in the world's response to the HIV/AIDS pandemic, working to decrease the rate of illness, the number of deaths, and reduce transmission rates with antiretroviral therapy, particularly in developing countries. In addition, through a clinical trial, his team reported the benefits of voluntary male circumcision to reduce HIV acquisition by half in Uganda. Dr. Quinn is currently a professor of medicine and pathology at Johns Hopkins University and is the founding director of the university's Center for Global Health. He is also an NIH Distinguished Investigator and Associate Director of International Research at the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Dr. Quinn earned his Master of Science from Notre Dame University in 1970 and his medical degree from Northwestern University in 1974. He has published more than 800 scientific articles with more than 52,000 citations. Based on his body of scholarly work, Dr. Quinn was elected a member of the National Academy of Sciences. He is also a fellow of the American Association for Advancement of Science, the Infectious Diseases Society of America, and an elected member of the Association of American Physicians. At the forefront of developing public health and research capacity in Africa, Dr. Quinn has mentored many clinicians and scientists. His leadership and commitment has contributed to the training of more than 13,000 healthcare providers in Africa to combat the AIDS epidemic. He co-founded the Academic Alliance of AIDS Care and Prevention and helped build the largest infectious disease institute in East Africa at Makerere University in Kampala, Uganda. Dr. Quinn is on the editorial boards of several high-impact scholarly journals, including the Journal of Clinical Investigation, AIDS, Lancet Global Health, and the Journal of Infectious Diseases. He also serves as an advisor to the Pan American Health Organization and the World Health Organization on sexually transmitted diseases and AIDS, and chaired the board on global health for the National Academy of Medicine. Dr. Quinn is the recipient of multiple honors and distinctions over the course of his career, including the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's Charles C. Shepard Science Award, an American College of Preventive Medicine Award, and the International Association of Providers of AIDS Care's Heroes in Medicine Award. He is also the recipient of the Distinguished Leader Award in Global Health from the Consortium of Universities for Global Health. In 2009, the University of Manitoba honored him with a Distinguished Visiting Lectureship Award. Madam Chancellor, it is an honor for me to ask, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Manitoba, that you confer a Doctor of Science, honoris causa, upon Dr. Thomas Quinn for his commitment to understanding the complexities of the HIV virus and his pursuit of improving the health of people around the world.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
It's my pleasure to invite Dr. Thomas Quinn to address Convocation.
Dr. Blanchard, thank you very much for that introduction. And I am truly, duly honored and humbled to be here before all of you today. Good morning to you all. And President Benarouche, Chancellor Mon, Dean Nickerson, Provost Herbert Murphy, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, family, friends, but most importantly, congratulations to the class of 2023. You've earned it, and we are here to honor you. Thank you so much for this honor on this very special occasion. I'm truly humbled by an honorary degree, and I thank President Benarouche and the Senate of the University of Manitoba for this honor. And in return, it is my honor to address you and honor you, the graduates of 2023. Each of you have accomplished so much, but so much lies ahead for each of you. It's truly an exciting time as you move from one chapter of your medical education to the next. You've already witnessed and worked under the stress of one of the deadliest global pandemics of our time. 7 million fatalities around the world in the short span of just 3 years. The fact that you've successfully navigated each hurdle that the pandemic has put before you and sit here today is a testimony to your resilience, to your resolve and strength of character. Take those public health lessons from COVID and the patients that you've already learned from and apply them going forward in your own careers. Undoubtedly, in the years to come, you're going to be faced with many more challenges, opportunities, successes, and failures. And the decisions that you make today and tomorrow with each patient that you might encounter will really shape what kind of person you are, what type of physician you will be. A good friend of mine, Dr. Peggy Hamburg, a great public health leader, said the following: never stop learning, never stop asking questions, never forget that medicine is an art as well as a science, practiced by doctors and researchers who bring to the bedside and to the bench, and I'm going to extend this quote, to the community, not only technology and training, but also their humanity, their caring, and their concern for others. Passion, empathy, and a lifelong quest for knowledge are the key ingredients to success in any endeavor. But it's particularly important in being a caring and outstanding clinician. When I graduated from medical school, I wanted to pursue my passion for infectious diseases. I wanted to understand how these diseases were spread, how I could help to prevent and treat them. That passion took me on my journey, just as you are all starting your own journey for today and tomorrow. Now, it's understandable that on this day, you feel you no longer are really a student. Forget that. You are going to continue to be a student for a long time to come. And we call it a perpetual student, and that you are and will be. And I like to quote one individual, Sir William Osler. Now, he was a famous Canadian physician that the United States stole, and he became the chief physician in chief of the Johns Hopkins Hospital where I work, and he is honored every day there. And he said the following: "To study the phenomenon of disease without books is to sail an uncharted sea, while to study books without patience is not to go to sea at all." I thought Dean Nickerson might enjoy that from our conversations yesterday. I take heart to this particular quote because sailing is my passion. As I learned, Dean Nickerson also enjoys it. But we're talking about education, and I urge you to embrace the continual process of learning as you pursue the wide range of careers that really lie before you. Which leads me to my next point of this discussion. Expect the unexpected. Planning and charting one's path in life is something we routinely do. You plan to come here to obtain a degree in medicine. However, in my own experience, some of the most impactful events that have touched my life and the directions that I have taken have been completely unanticipated and unplanned. You're at that period in your lives where you have the potential to do almost anything. Keep an open mind. Do not shy away from dreaming the impossible dreams and seizing the unanticipated opportunities that come before you. Now, reflecting on my career, I also see some parallels in our pathways. As you have endured training under the cloud of COVID, I emerged post-training to witness the emergence of a brand new disease called AIDS. In those early years of AIDS pandemic, I was fortunate enough to be offered to travel to investigate in Haiti first, then Africa, and then into Asia, to recognize and to report the disease in different populations and different cultures, and eventually help prove that a newly recognized virus called HIV caused the same disease everywhere. The virus doesn't see borders. It doesn't see particular cultures. It goes after all individuals. So I would say that from that experience, I really thought I could apply the knowledge of, after 2 decades of working on this virus, that I could apply this knowledge and diagnosis and prevention to all patients around the world, working with my colleagues. But unfortunately, I was faced upon failure and a failure in terms of efforts to control or even treat this disease for 20 years. It was from these failures that ultimately did lead to sentinel discoveries of treatment and biomedical means of prevention, some of which you heard. The lesson I take from this personal story is not to let failures dissuade you from pursuing your passions or quest for more knowledge. Use those failures for the future discovery. Believe in yourself and your ability to find success no matter how many failures you endure. I often like to quote Winston Churchill, a very brilliant individual, and he said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." Keep that in mind. Once new treatments for AIDS did eventually become available and survival increased in all the wealthy countries, including Canada. But the inequities of access to treatment and care in the poor countries of the world became absolutely overwhelming. Let's face it, these inequities have always existed within our own borders. You may have witnessed it during the COVID pandemic, as I have. As physicians, we need to highlight and address those inequities here and abroad. That's what global health is all about. Addressing gross inequities in the obtainment of health for all people, For AIDS, it eventually brought life-saving treatment for HIV-infected people globally, not just for the wealthy countries. For COVID, it was about early and equitable access to vaccines and therapy. We can accomplish this goal by practicing those attributes I mentioned earlier: passion and a willingness to act, empathy for our patients, and a recognition that through further knowledge and advocacy, we can make a difference in the lives of all. These two pandemics, the worst ones in modern history, put medicine and public health on the map as never before. Access to preventative vaccines or to life-saving therapeutics and the health outcomes of those who fall sick with AIDS or COVID-19 map the fault lines of our global society. It will take decades of dedicated commitment to address these disparities, and I strongly urge you to be a part of that commitment. We can make a difference in the lives of others worldwide, and I believe that same dedication is reflected in the passion of many other physicians, scientists, activists, community leaders who are leading the charge to help those in greatest need here and abroad. At the University of Manitoba, I look to the past and present faculty members like Dr. Jamie Blanchard, Alan Ronald, Frank Plummer, Stephen Moses, Rosanna Peeling, Lyle McKinnon, and I could go on, many others who have dedicated their lives to generating new knowledge and to improve the lives of all. We have a saying in global health that global is local and local is global. I hope some of you will take your skill sets that you have earned today to take those to most in need, whether it be here in Canada or in the poorest countries of the world. It's really a transformative process and learning experience. And Abraham Lincoln said, "In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years." Congratulations to all the graduates of 2023, to your families, to your loved ones, and to all the faculty who have worked so hard to see you here today. For in medicine, in global health, in life, you are our future. Go forward and become great physicians to us all. Thank you very much for this honor, and congratulations.
Good morning. Chancellor, Madam Chancellor, President Benarosh, Minister Gordon, members of faculty, friends and family, and most of all to the class of 2023. My name's Dr. Ira Ripstein. I've had the honor of being the Associate Dean of Undergraduate Medical Education for your past 4 years. I also have the honor of giving out some prizes this morning. Of course, while everyone has had great accomplishments, there are some prizes to give. And I'll just ask the recipients to come up on stage. The first award is the Fairgrave McBain Award, awarded to a member of the graduating class having demonstrated the most genuine compassion and profound interest in caring for those in need of medical assistance. And the award goes to Philip Kowalik. The Catherine Clausen Memorial Award is awarded to a graduating student who is recognized by peers and instructors as having demonstrated a high level of compassion, humanism, and as having modeled a patient-centered approach to care. And the award goes to Harley Bray. The Doctors Manitoba Student Leadership Prize, awarded to a graduating student who best demonstrates student leadership by having a positive impact on student life, promotes initiatives that enhance medical student health and wellness. And the award goes to Jael Friesen-Enns. The Manitoba Medical College Foundation, Jack Hildy's Memorial Convocation Prize, awarded to a member of the graduating class who most exemplifies those qualities of humanity, personal discipline, keen curiosity, scientific inquiry, social responsibility, and good citizenship, which enhance a career in medicine and advance health in the community. And the award goes to Kevin Boreski. And finally, the Manitoba Medical College Foundation Robin Krause Human Values Convocation Prize is awarded to a graduating student who best exhibits the traits inherent in the mission statement and goals of the Human Values Program. And the award goes to Annie Jaffrey. It is now time for the passing of the sticks. As you can see on stage, there actually are sticks. First, for our senior stick, the outgoing senior stick, who is Doctor in about 7 minutes, Anthony Whiteman, and the incoming senior stick, Kate Giffen. There is an honorary senior stick elected by the Manitoba Medical Students Association. The outgoing honorary senior stick is Dr. Anthony Batad, and the incoming honorary senior stick is Dr. Mawash Saeed. Thank you and congratulations.
I now invite Chancellor Anne Mann to address Convocation.
Welcome. Bonjour, Tansei, Tanshi, Homitoka Pape, Adelante, and bonjour. As Chancellor, my favorite thing is Convocation. I love the energy. In this moment, we sit between your past and your future, and there is a presence of something wonderful, something vast, and something exciting waiting to connect with you all. Convocation always gives me goosebumps, and even occasionally a few tears. When's the last time you felt one of those? For me, they often come from awe, joy, deep meaning, and community. Awe is defined at amazement at the extraordinary. It requires our attention and our appreciation to feel it. I am in awe of all of you. I am in awe of what you have accomplished and of what you've possibly overcome to graduate today. I always have lots of conversations with graduates after Convocation, and I always hear stories, so I know that everyone has a story that they bring with them today. I am also in awe because I believe that you are about to do, brace yourselves, even more. Awe can also come from an idea, a thing of beauty, or a profound moment of connecting to something bigger than ourselves. There is a connection between awe, being present, and gratitude. Your careers are going to have stressful moments ahead. You've certainly had some already. There may be more. When stress finds you, I encourage you to look for the awe in the everyday and the very simple. You might find this a cliche, but I do believe it's a truth. You can look for awe in the vastness of the sky, a beautiful tree, a beautiful face, or the way sunlight falls even on the floor of your home. The more we practice this, the richer it gets, and it has lasting and memorable effects. Awe is everywhere. Research suggests that a brief dose of awe can reduce stress, bring calm, and even benefit the cardiovascular system. You could go for a walk in nature, do something creative, or be moved by your very favorite music. Another source of awe is other people. Seeing big or small acts of courage and kindness move us out of ourselves. I'm sure that while you've studied, you have experienced awe at the human body, at the ability to heal, at the structure and complexity of it, and also at what you have seen in your patients and your peers. What robs us of experiencing awe? Cynicism, the mindset of taking things for granted, and our lack of time. We're all on our phones a lot. I think phones are an awe robber too, and I absolutely put myself in the same category. It prevents us from seeing what's right in front of us. Right now, before the platform and before the pictures, I encourage you to take this moment in. I'll give you a couple of seconds. You have no idea what your future holds. None. You've heard about some amazing graduates and physicians today. I'm going to add another story to the list, just in case you need convincing. I want to tell you the story about a man named Philip. He was born in St. Boniface in 1935. He was, we're told, a lazy student who barely studied, and he came to the University of Manitoba and began studying engineering. But then on a whim, his best friend mentioned to him about physics, so he decided to study physics. Philip did just that, and he fell in love with learning. Something clicked for him. And Philip James Peebles went on to win the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2019 for his work that gave us the concept, don't worry, I'm not going to tell you too much, the concept of dark matter and the idea that all the matter we know of in the universe is only about 5% of what is really there. Dr. Peebles reminds us that the universe is so much bigger than we can imagine. There's also U of M alum Scott Cairns, who won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2013 for his work in war-torn Syria, leading a team of chemical inspectors with the United Nations, bringing to light war crimes. And Desiree Scott, U of M's most decorated Olympic athlete. She has represented the Bisons and Canada on the world stage over 100 times, winning 1 gold Olympic medal and 2 bronze. These 3 grads all sat in your seats, and I'm willing to bet that none of them foresaw their future accomplishments. They just trusted their education, they followed their passions, and they followed their dreams. They did it just like you're going to do it, through uncertainty, through hard work, and through the unknown. And if you're saying to yourself right now, oh, well, that'll never be me, I challenge you, why not? Why not you? If awe is amazement at the extraordinary, then class of 2023, you're awesome. You are extraordinary students, forged during extraordinary times. Never ever forget this and be proud of yourselves. Congratulations, Mamuth Tukusawin, Gegimino Jigam, Washte Tonka, Félicitations.
Madam Chancellor, I now have the honor to request, on behalf of the University Senate, that you confer upon the candidates the degrees earned by them, as these shall later be announced. Will those who are to receive degrees please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree to which you are severally entitled, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. I also admit in absentia those who have completed the requirements for these degrees, but are not today able to be present.
Congratulations. You are now graduates of the University of Manitoba. This means you can move your tassel from your right to your left. Will those graduates in the front row please remain standing, and all others, you can resume your seats. Madam Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degrees of Doctor of Medicine and Bachelor of Science in Medicine, with Dean Peter Nickerson of the Max Rady College of Medicine presenting the parchments. Mehreen Ahmed. Karam Al-Bayati. Negar Atifi. Tessa Elizabeth Bortoluzzi. Harley Raylene Bray. Benjamin Spencer Carrier. Alexander Chin. Bi-Young Han Cho. Alexandra Rachel Yates Decker. Tristan Eastman. Hussam El Alawi. Brendan Games Gordon. Michael He. Annie Jaffrey. Philip Kowalik. Kulwant Singh Kingra. Julie Jinsun Lee. Jennifer Rose Lishinsky. Angie Yu Liu. Anmol Man. Sorabjan Mula Mirzo. Jeremy Eric Peabody. Julian Philip Polomini. Myrna Maged Ker Rageb. Karnveer Singh Rai. Madeline Elise Cook Robinson. Karim Sidum. Navjeet Singh. Kevin David Thomas. Brandon Blaine Thorsteinson. Tegan Turner. Anthony Peter Whiteman. Rachel Marie Willem. Amanda Nicole Robin Wong. Jacob Donovan Uri. Madam Chancellor, may I present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Doctor of Medicine. Bara Aljada. Derek Shane Amater. Kevin Francis Boreski. Benjamin Boris. Ariel Baugen. Lauren Elizabeth Burton. Aaron Peter Chanas LaRue. Caleb Chartier. Serena Chen. Mitchell Chu. Rita Alexandra Silvera Costa. Josie Cecile Elizabeth Cossens. Brett Adam Duick. Scotty Duong. Yasmin El Salakawi. Ian Alexander Fast. Maziar Fazel Darbandi. Connor William Ford. Jamie Elan Foreman. Kara Lynn Freyjuk. JL Renee Friesenens. Pavel Garda. Jordan Michael Gelowitz. Amy Maureen Giesbrecht. Steph Grossi. Briar Cecilia Jennifer Goodmanson. Adam Hogan Can. Jacob Nicholas Jansen. Reed Kaita. Christine Beverly Kennedy. Alyssa Kidd. Lisa Kim. Adam Remigush Klaunowski. David James Kovacic. Dustin Levi Lavalley. Daniel Jiwon Lee. Catherine Nicole Lee. Victoria Huang Ho Lee Wing. Jason Mahay. Becca Mann. Freddie Hani Mansour. Andrew Maba. Victoria Dawn McConnell. Stacy McDermott. Bobby Gerald McNair. Paulina Nejad Rasul. David Hu Nguyen. Gail Mary Louise Oborn. Neboisha Oravec. Michael Timothy Paye. Yoon Sik Park. Jordan Francesco Perillo. Joseph Pham. Kristen Bridget Pichet. Andrew Jonathan Stewart Pierce. J. Paul Runtava. Goal Amelia Roberts. Thomas Clayton James Roberts. Krista Francis Rossum. Elvina Ruslan. Payam Salimi. Andrew Samuel. Sarah Catherine Gerstner Schur. William Anderson Siemens. Amandeep Singh. Cecily Lauren Taylor. Kitty Priscilla Tuvs. Tanvi Vakil. Mira Abigail Joy Villegas. Lucy Lin Wang. Lucy Miranda Wilson.
So I'd like to ask the class to rise, and we're going to go through the physician's pledge, please. And I invite all physicians who are in the audience to join us, and we'll read in unison, and I'll start off. We're ready? As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit consideration of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will praise my profession, the consciousness and dignity in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and ability in order to provide care for the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I will make this promises solely and upon my honor. Thank you very much. You can be seated. It's now my privilege to invite Dr. Anthony Whiteman to come and bring the valedictory address.
I like the sound of that. Good morning, Madam Chancellor, President Benarosh, Minister Gordon, Dean Nickerson, Dr. Quinn, faculty, guests, and the class of 2023. It's weird being on stage without Paulina. Great work at brunch yesterday. Sometimes you wonder when something began or ended, or when you crossed a threshold. August 21st, 2019 was one such moment, and so is today. We were different people in a different world, but a lot has stayed the same. We've learned and grown, but been constant in our best traits: adaptability and selflessness. We'll use them to make the world a better place in the years to come. When we crossed this stage, our backgrounds and dreams were varied and unique. We entered, together, into a new chapter of our lives when we put on white coats and recited, as we just did now, the Physician's Pledge. Nobody truly understood what they were getting into. There was excitement about starting a new journey and fear about belonging. Maybe UGME was going to recalculate our undergrad GPAs. Many people knew what they were going to do. They were probably wrong. We saw each other every day with midterms, formal, nothing happened at the first one, practical exams, and many evenings studying and socializing together. We discovered Patagonia sweaters. We tried to figure out where we were meant to be. COVID emerged that March, and we responded by volunteering at testing and vaccine centers, calling isolated seniors, connecting families to their hospitalized loved ones, and other acts of service. We adapted to crisis, and we showed selflessness. There was an option to stay within our Med 1 comfort zone. That option wasn't taken. We acknowledged our own vulnerability, though. We supported each other and checked in on each other continually as we began realizing that we're part of something bigger. Then came ward rotations with words like night float, gold call, and public health week, which intimidated us, but we handled it. We adapted to the unexpected, like a second winter formal, which was a little more complicated. Or when 100 centimeters of snow was forecast last spring. Many of us raced home across the province with a day's notice, and the entire class conferred about how they would make it to their rotations that week. Even when it was tough, we could reach out to each other, lean on each other, and support each other. This meant offering life-saving study resources the night before an exam, or certain individuals answering every question about residency applications 24/7. While this was happening, we improved representation within the undergrad medical curriculum. We helped to develop clinical skills resources. We published articles, not personally. We volunteered with student organizations, and we started new ones where there were gaps. This took time, it took commitment, it took dedication, and it came at a cost. We recognized this and did it anyways. People became friends. People bought figs scrubs, lots of scrubs. Some got engaged and married, some had kids, some got a dog, some got goats. We discerned our goals for residency and started a final push. It feels like yesterday that it was cold and snowing and we were writing Carm's letters of intent until 4 a.m. Many of the people in the audience witnessed our challenges and our triumphs firsthand. Today, it's a beautiful spring day. We're here with people we love, and the wards and exams feel very, very far away. We have an opportunity to recognize an ending. This is our final collective milestone. We'll graduate from our residencies and future training, maybe a PhD, but nothing like this. Today is also a beginning, though, with old questions. What am I getting into? What if the residency committee actually reads my final paper? Do I belong here? We answered these questions resoundingly before we even started medicine. No matter where we come from, we deserve to be here. With us are people who have had family here for centuries, for millennia, or who were born on different continents. People who have been academics and researchers, or worked in construction, retail, hospitality. Some are chefs, paramedics, parents, musicians, dancers, a lot of cyclists. What we share is the ability to come from such unique places and get to here. What we share is that we see people suffering and where our system fails all too often, and devote our time, our learning, and our lives to helping. Medicine has witnessed crisis and progress for millennia, and now we are part of that cycle. We can look back on our challenges and triumphs, who we were, who we've become. We're smarter, we have new skills, we have a new place in the world. We'll move on to new places like Thunder Bay, Kelowna, Dauphin, and other small towns like Calgary, Montreal, Toronto. We'll move through residency, through seasons, and we'll learn. We can trust the people beside and around us. We're doctors now. Because of the past 4 years, we'll help healthy people, sick people, suffering people, and walk with them through their own beginnings and their own endings. We'll be able to prevent disease and diagnose it and manage it. We're going to work in big places, small places, with all kinds of people, whoever need us most. We'll be researchers, advocates, we'll run clinics, hospitals, maybe government departments. All of this is an immense privilege, a great power, and it demands that whatever skill or knowledge we possess should be devoted to the welfare of humanity. It demands that we be selfless. We must also be open, honest, and ask for help when we need it. We must be there for our friends, our peers, each other, when we are needed. In our first year, we learned about different cells and organ systems within the human body, and later what can go wrong with them. Every cell, every system has a unique task and a unique ability. They depend upon other cells and systems to support them, and each of their jobs is meaningless if it isn't part of a larger body whose needs are always changing. The mind, the brain, the heart, muscle, bone, kidneys, others, they all function to drive, sustain, support each other. Even as we study and learn to help and heal these systems, we should fulfill these same functions for each other as part of something greater than the sum of its parts. We will do all of this with the same drive that has carried us this far. We have been doing this for 4 years, for our whole lives, with the people who raised us and grew up with us, who came here before us, who taught us, the ones beside and around us, the ones up on the mezzanine, Theater A, those watching from afar who support and love us. They're there for us now, and they know what to tell us in the days and years to come. Tell them, thank you. Seasons change, and we grow and we change, but we also stay constant. We've crossed many, many stages to get here, and it's a great privilege to cross this stage with you all today. Congratulations to the class of 2023.
I have to go after that. Thank you, Dr. Whiteman. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Dr. Whiteman. Good morning, Chancellor Mann, President Benarosh, Dr. Quinn, Minister Gordon, guests, graduates, family, and friends. My name is Tracy Bowman, and I'm the Executive Director of Alumni Relations here at the University of Manitoba and a very proud UM alum. I am delighted to be here celebrating with all of you, UM's newest graduates, on your very special day. Congratulations on your graduation. Today you turn the page and begin an exciting new chapter of your lives. There are discoveries yet to be made and stories yet to be written. Take time to reflect upon your University of Manitoba experience. Take pride in how it has shaped you and envision how it will bring you closer to envisioning your goals. Today marks not only a culmination of your efforts and dedication towards your studies, but also the next phase in what we hope will be a lifelong relationship with your alma mater. As alumni, you are UM's best ambassadors, advocates, champions, thought leaders, and one of the finest examples of how a degree from the University of Manitoba helps better our world. Now, we like to shine a big spotlight on some UM alumni. You've heard from a few already, but I'm going to add 2 more to that list. So some fellow notable alumni that you will be joining include Melanie McKinnon, a member of the Pewastic Cree Nation and a nursing graduate. She also serves, as you know, the executive director of Agamazin, the Indigenous Institute of Health and Healing at our university, and she was the co-lead of the Pandemic Response Coordination Team to address COVID-19 related challenges for Indigenous communities. Her leadership of the Rapid Response Team resulted in a streamlined and prioritized vaccine rollout. And in 2021, she was named one of Canada's top 100 most powerful women by the Women's Executive Network. And also Dr. Arnold Neymark, who established the Department of Family Medicine and heavily promoted health research funding while he was dean of this medical school. He also served as president and vice chancellor and has held leadership roles at Cancer Care Manitoba, the Health Canada Science Advisory Board, and is president of the Association of Universities and Colleges of Canada. And he also is the recipient of the 2022 Distinguished Alumni Award for Lifetime Achievement. You join these exceptional alumni and others, such as Nobel Prize winners, Olympians, founders of multi-million-dollar organizations, leaders in the arts, not-for-profit sector, world-renowned singer-songwriters, international journalists, authors, medical professionals, and first responders saving lives, and researchers making groundbreaking discoveries in every field imaginable. So many alumni are making an impact around our world. Our community of over 186,000 alumni living in 140 different countries around the world are all cheering you on, and we wish you every success. You can think of the alumni community as a network for guidance, mentorship, and career opportunities. I encourage you to stay connected to your alma mater and with each other by joining us online or on campus to discover what's new and to participate in events and activities like Learning for Life, the online mentoring program Cafe, keep cheering on your Bisons at home games with free tickets, and mark your calendars for Homecoming 2023, September 19th to the 23rd. I'm also going to ask you to hold the date of September 2033, when we will be calling upon you to celebrate your 10-year milestone anniversary of your graduation. You can also keep current about what's going on at your university by reading Today the magazine, Today News, and follow the UMass alumni social media channels. After today's ceremony, you're all invited to attend a celebration, which will be on the Joe Dube Concourse on the second floor. It's hosted by the Alumni Association and UM's affinity partner, TD Insurance. So with that, congratulations, graduates, on your tremendous achievements today. From here, you can go anywhere, and we're so proud to have you as part of the alumni community. Thank you, and enjoy your day.
So I get the honor of closing Convocation, but before I do that, I just want to reflect on the last hour and a half. I want to reflect on Anthony's valedictory address. And as I was sitting here, I thought that if the values of this class are reflected in Anthony's address, I know our province and healthcare system are in very, very good hands. Convocation is truly a wonderful tradition, and we're so glad you could join us here today. I'd ask you to please remain in your seats until the academic procession has left the hall, and we invite you to celebrate with us on the second floor for a reception. Just before we go, let's give these graduates one more big hand. Congratulations. I now adjourn the 144th Spring Convocation until this afternoon at 2:30 p.m.
Thank you.